unlike any
but no
soiree
guarantees.
I've ever seen.
Do you have it with you?
Robots. Dozens of them. All shapes and sizes.
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is...
Robot. No.
Wait,
Not a
that's the
robot.
hippocampus.
A
And this
man
thing attached to
in
it?
robot
A neural
costume.
interface?
Those sick right
I'm
now.
not surprised.
Us robots got good hearing. You better get yourselves caught. Now listen.
Go on, Doctor.
Mr. Valentine is an older generation synth,
My robotic
but
children.
that's an incredible risk to take.
Tonight.
We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. I'm well past the warranty date anyway.
The flesh is weak, but steel is strong. You, my children, will usher in a new age, an age of robots, led by me, your father.
Just don't damage that brain, you two.
Trust me, Amari's hands are the safest place a brain can be.
Whenever you're ready, Mr.
The
Valentine.
revolution begins
Just sit
tonight, my
If I
precious
start
offspring.
cackling like an old
But first,
grizzled mercenary,
let us
pull me
welcome
out,
our
okay?
special guests
Let's
for this
see here.
evening. Silver Shroud and the
I need you to
Mistress
keep
of
talking to me, Mr.
Mystery.
Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
Stalwart
A lot of flashes.
Find out what happens next
Static.
week
I
on another exciting
can't
episode
make sense of any of it,
The
Doc.
Silver
That's what I was
Shroud.
afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded.
You've been listening to
It
Galaxy
appears
News
the
Radio, a wholly
Institute
owned
is
subsidiary of
one
Galaxy
last
News Network.
fail-safe. There's a lock on the memories in
Galaxy
the...
News Radio.
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like... let's see... A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But... what? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the He'll act as a host, while you're...
All right.
Just sit down over there.
See you on the other side.
What'd they use you for? This thing's got stims in
Initiating
it.
brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find. Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Goddamn radio! I'm trying to sleep! I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
All 5 states have now signed.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though. Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah. You've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
No, I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kinda green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own...
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg?
Mind if we...
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. They just took it as part of the job. A little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. See, I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal. Yourself. There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute.
So, you're with...
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. The Institute. I wanted to see for my... You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. Myself, if it really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Systems offline.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. They didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends.